I want just to remind that this session is organized the way that you're all muted. So please put your questions in the chat, or if you want to talk, please raise the hand and I will unmute you. With that, I pass the word to the incredible Anton Yeromin. So thank you for being here with us. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Alisa, and thank you all for joining. My name is Anton, and I am QA lead on CodeMie project. I believe lots of you uses CodeMie on your daily. If you haven't started doing this, yeah, please start because it's funny and it will help you a lot in your SDLC processes. First of all, I would like to tell a bit about what is CodeMie. So CodeMie is agentic platform that allows you to create assistants, workflows, data sources, and use these agents for improving your SDLC processes to, I don't know, write tests, write code, implement features, analyze stories, etc., etc. It can be like simple agents. It can be complex workflows. We have a lot of guides, documents, videos, how this platform works, and you can take a look at it, at these materials. And on today's session, I would like to show you our approach, how we use CodeMie CLI, and Playwright CLI for automating UI tests. So we will show how we're using CodeMie for actually testing CodeMie. To start, I already have everything set up, and today I will show you the whole approach, how we are doing this, and then you can apply the same on your projects, repeat, and maybe improve. Oh, yeah, please share your feedbacks after the session. I appreciate it. To start with your automation, you will need two links. The first link is about Playwright CLI, developed by Microsoft. I will send you in chat. There is documentation how you can set up Playwright CLI and how you can set up Playwright skill in your project. So later, Claude will use the skill for writing the tests. Another useful link is CodeMie code, CodeMie CLI. I also will post it in the chat. Yeah, here you also will find information how it can be installed with npm command. And yeah, I already installed it, and now I will show how to configure it, because CodeMie CLI can use EPAM SSO, connect to CodeMie, and use all models that we have. In CodeMie, you have Anthropic models, OpenAI models, GCP models, but today I will show how we are coding with Claude. Success of this workshop actually depends on Claude mood. If he is not on vacation and will work good, so we will see very nice stuff. So yeah, to start with CodeMie CLI, we just should type CodeMie, and yeah, CodeMie. First of all, yeah, when you install CodeMie and type CodeMie profile is command, you will see that you don't have any profile set up, and to set up your first profile, you should type command CodeMie profile, CodeMie setup. And the next command that you should do to set up profile. There are two possibilities: to set up it globally or set up it for your current project. Let's set up it globally for now. And the first option is set up with CodeMie SSO. Just choose it. Here, our CodeMie production URL. Leave it as it is. You are redirected to SSO screen. Now I will be authorized. Yeah, authorization successful. I can close the screen. And here you will see projects that you have in CodeMie. I will choose my PPMCDME project. And now I can select model, what I want to use. I will use Claude Sonnet 4.6. Click Enter. leave default name for this profile. Everything is done. I already have Claude code installed, so the next step is to run CodeMie CLI. And actually, for now, I will run CodeMie Claude, because we wrapped CodeMie Claude, and you can use CodeMie CLI, CodeMie Claude directly with CodeMie CLI. Yeah. So type in CodeMie Claude, and actually, yeah, let me show you another useful command to bypass all permissions, because I don't want to accept for everything. Yeah. Now we are logged in. You will see that we are using your profile you already set up. We're using CodeMie Lab URL, and we use models.net 06. It's our test automation framework, and here we have configured Claude with different skills. I will tell about the skills a bit later. What else we have there? I have connected MCP for Jira. If you type MCP command, you will see what MCPs we have. And here we just have the Jira MCP connected, so we can retrieve Jira tickets for automation. In different our projects, we use also our Brianna assistant, business analysis assistant, but for automating just UI tests, we need just to get ticket information, and MCP, it's enough. Today we will automate new features that we released a few releases ago. It's about project management in CodeMie, and I have ticket for this story. This story has several acceptance criteria. I can just send this ticket to Claude and ask him write tests or and paste ticket like it is. Now Claude starts thinking. He knows that he has Jira MCP, so he retrieves information about this ticket. Here it is JSON with ticket description. And now he is thinking what to do next, because this ticket tells about project management, UI features, and he knows that he has several skills that can help him. One skill is UI test writer, and now he should apply the skill. So he will load all information, all rules, how he should implement skills, and just starting writing the tests. While Claude is thinking, I will show you actually how this feature looks in UI. We have project management on the settings. Here we have like table with different projects where we can create projects, delete projects, assign users to these projects. So some UI features that like exist on a lot of projects, and I believe it's interesting how we can automate it. So return back to our console. Here you will see that Claude is still thinking, and now while it's thinking, I will show you what skills we have in our repository. So usually we automate API and UI tests, so we have skills for UI test writer and skill for API test writer. What is skill? It's some kind of instruction that Claude loads when he wants to start doing this task. What's different from the global Claude, Claude file? Claude file describes about project structure, about some common things, but when you are going to do some specific task, it's better to split to skills, so we do not overload context, and his task Claude will do much better. Also, we have some rules here. Rules applied for all tasks, skills. They are loaded like when Claude started working. And here also there are some instructions that like we can easily maintain and do not overload the global Claude file, right? Yeah, and what we have there. So we asked Claude to automate our Jira ticket. UI tester skills were loaded. Rules were loaded. And now Claude thinking how to implement this. First of all, he needs to understand page structure, page DOM, and we have in our skill description, we have the explanation that when you are going to investigate DOM, you should use Playwright CLI skill. Playwright CLI skill was installed directly from Microsoft repository. We have Playwright CLI install skill command, and that's all. The skill appears in your project, and you can use it. Playwright CLI can navigate, can open a browser, can investigate page structure. When it's working, it creates YAML files to reduce the context. It just constructs these YAMLs, and this YAML describes him page, how this page looks, and this YAML will be used in future for creating locators. Here it is. We have YAML files. This is structure. It's generated right now. And yeah, Claude is working. Files are generated. Now he is collecting all information that later will be used for test automation. He is continuing working. Now he navigates into the project and still continues this, all information required. So let's wait a bit. Meanwhile, I can tell more what we have in our project. Also, we have JSONs. We have several hooks that we use for our automation. One hook is post run tool hook. It runs when a tool edit or write tool completed. Yeah, and we are running Ruff check, Ruff format command to organize our code properly. Yeah, so in future our pipelines will fail due to this issue. Another hook is to removing all these temporary created YAML files. We are removing them after session is completed and when we start new session. Because keeping these YAML files is good for in one session while Claude is doing his task. But for example, in later UI may be changed and existing these YAML files can make Claude to hallucinate because now our structure is changed, but he can take a look at the wrong file and use it for doing his job. So we prefer to remove all these temporary files. And yeah.
Anton, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We had two questions in the chat. So one is about utilizing the skills for Claude. Do you need to ask explicitly or enter the comments in this specific way? This is the question.
You mean in skill description we have skills description and we have like description what this skill do, and depending on this description, Claude knows what skill to invoke. You can actually invoke skill directly with slash. It's the same, but actually, if you have good description, you shouldn't specify what skill to invoke. If I understood the question properly.
Yeah. This was exactly about that. Thank you for sharing on the screen. And the second question, what was about the rules on top of the skills? What are the rules? Are they also copied? Are the common ones that is used?
Yeah, rules, it's also some kind of instructions that applied to in general for this project. But in this rule, just you can split a big Claude MD file to smaller parts to better maintaining. It's easier to maintain them when you have small instructions for smaller parts. So, but they are always loaded, and Claude understands rules and uses them.
Right. Okay.
So thank you for your questions. And here you see that Claude investigated everything. He understood the whole page structure now. And he tells that before writing our tests, we have some acceptance criteria where we should set up project, but then we want to delete project in our test, like in yield fixture or in some hook. And it's better to use like backend API endpoints instead of using doing this in UI. And he doesn't know information about what endpoint should be used, and he asks for additional information. We have this like described in our skills. And now I am just going to point Claude to our backend repository. Just can tell him like use. Sorry, this one. Yeah, here it is path to backend implementation. Use this path to find it. So we can do some cross-reference between different repositories. We prefer to do like black box testing, but sometimes it's useful to give some links or path to backend implementation or front-end implementation to get more details. And here, Claude starting investigating backend implementation. He is going to find routers related to project management to find this delete project endpoint. Let's give him a few seconds to do this. Yeah. After he finds all information, he will be ready to implement everything. And also in our instructions, we have information that Claude should not write direct API calls using just request library, because we have CodeMie SDK on Python and JS. Now we use SDK on Python. And if some endpoints are missing in this SDK, we tell Claude to add them. So we are writing tests, we are adding new endpoints in SDK. This SDK can be used by other users if they want to use like CodeMie. And so we are doing several things in one time. Yeah, we are writing tests, we are writing SDK, we are checking SDK, because if something wrong here, like our test will fail. So yeah, it's very nice. And now you will see that Claude found a delete project endpoint, and now he prepared a plan what to do. So he's going to add SDK method, then he is going to create admin project page object, and then he will implement a test data file and a file with test cases. Of course, it will require some time, and just let's do it. Meanwhile, I see one question. Maybe we can answer this question. Okay, yeah, I see one question. What your approach, what to put to the rules and what to skills? Actually, yeah, we have, for example, rules for UI test writer, and we have rules for API test writer. Oh, not rules, but skills, sorry. But we can have some rules then suits both for API test writer and UI test writer. In this case, we have this information common for both skills. We are putting in rules, and specific information related just for the skill, we leave in the skill like this. And one more question. Yes, if you would like, the question is, do I need to put all the structure inside my production code base? Yes, we are put all this Claude instruction skills, etc. in code base, because we want to share these skills between our team members, so each member can use this skill. But if you prefer, for example, to have some skill only available for you, you can create it and put in your global configuration on your machine, but not put it into your project. So only you will see the skill and other members won't do it. And let's return back to our test implementation. You will see that Claude implemented project delete response schema. Now he implementing delete project method, and now actually Claude started automating tests. We have admin utils. This utils uses SDK, and now he's starting doing this. How it looks in change file, we'll see that this change already here, and everything looks good. Claude follows the pattern. Actually, when we started automating and creating our TAF framework from scratch, we also asked Claude to do this. It was about 1 hour ago, and in that time we had models like Claude 3.7, 3.5, and they worked like not so good like Claude 4.6, but we did not write anything. Checked what he wrote and made some corrections, and as a result we got some several tests, etalon tests, and the next test cases were implemented with much better accuracy, and we spent less time to correct them, and and funny fact that for few months we automated about 1,600 API tests, and now we have about 250 UI tests, and in one day we can write, if needed, just a huge amount of tests, and they will bring a big benefit for us. Let's see what we have there. So here you will see that Claude starting doing the job, and here there is a hook error. So when Claude wrote some file or edited it, Ruff format command failed. Claude understands this error, and he just fixing errors. So in future, our pipelines will pass without any issues. We shouldn't run Ruff format and check commands like additionally. And as a result, like Claude automated test, you will see that we have test admin projects test cases. They look pretty good. Just I can scroll a bit. I can ask Claude to run this test and fix if there are any errors. Sometimes he is doing this automatically, but sometimes he just lazy and don't want it. But as I saw, he tried at least to collect them. So I will ask him to run the tests and check if they work. Fix. I see two questions. How to set up everything? I already shown how to set up. We have one link to Playwright CLI and one link to CodeMie code. When you install CodeMie code, you are doing CodeMie setup, and then you can run CodeMie Claude and use Claude model. But before you can set up CodeMie Claude with this command. Everything is available on the links I provided. And yeah, let's see what Claude is doing. Actually, I asked him to run tests and check if everything works. Claude ran a Pytest command with for our new tests with UI headless mode. So we do not see a browser, but actually it works. You can press Command O to see what's happening here. It's in the background, so just we should wait a bit. Tell more while he is writing and doing his job. Yeah, one more funny fact that when Claude is working for us in test automation framework and write our tests, QA command, we have 3 more QAs. They help developers to develop new features, to fix defects. We are doing the same approach for our backend repository, for front-end repository, and in the end, our QA team, it's like general engineers that can use AI for testing, writing features, and fixing defects, investigating issues. So in 1 week, we are doing several releases, and we are developing several features per each release and fixing like a lot of bugs. And the number of people that use CodeMie increases a lot. Now, as I know, we have about 27 almost 1,000 like EPAM users and many different clients that use CodeMie. So AI helps us to do our work faster and with a high level of quality, I believe.
Like, where is the CodeMie in this demo apart that you're using Claude?
Yeah, as I told at the beginning, CodeMie Claude uses our CodeMie. It uses CodeMie as a SON and retrieves all models that we use in CodeMie. And Claude, we are wrapping this Claude, but you don't need to have your own Claude subscription to use it, because you can use CodeMie and use CodeMie Claude CLI to writing tests without having this Anthropic subscription.
Yeah, and there is a $30 cap on that for all the users. By the way, if I create skills or something inside CodeMie, are they available through the CLI here?
No, in CodeMie, you are creating assistants, and you can assign skills to this assistants. And in CLI, you can assign this assistant as a skill or as an agent to CodeMie CLI and use it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
As I told, in other projects we have our Brianna assistant, and we connect it to CodeMie CLI, and we can use it. Yeah. I also have another assistant that can retrieve test results from report portal and rerun this test. So this is like an agent in CodeMie, and it's connected to CLI, and I ask him to retrieve failed tests and rerun them, and then like give results what's wrong. It's test issues or product issues, something like that. And what happens now? Claude is compacting conversation because like context window almost reached, yeah, and he wants to gather all important information and continue his job. But as a result of is going to investigate fail reason and fix. So we shouldn't do anything with our hands, and we can with you early job or participate in other meetings, or as I told, write some new features, or maybe doing some testing of new features manually while new tests are implementing in parallel. And yeah, for debugging root cause, of course, Claude should again use Playwright CLI to log in and to investigate the issue. I see one more question. Mention if customer has a Claude subscription. Yes. So the question is, if customer has the Claude subscription, then CodeMie is option that I can achieve the same result using Claude natively. Actually, yeah, if your customer can give you a Claude subscription, you can use Claude directly. Otherwise, if this subscription is not available, you can use CodeMie CLI. Also, one interesting fact that when you are working in CodeMie CLI, and after session is finished, all this dialog appears in CodeMie UI, and you can see it, share with other people to show how it works, or to get some information from this dialog. Because when you close like just native Claude console, you don't see this information anymore. But here we have this option in. Let me show you. And the like real example, we have in chats, we have Claude folder, and you can see a lot of like dialogue with it, what tools it uses, what Claude did, and something like that. One more question, could you please share examples of rules you use? Yes, I can. Actually, I believe all the partners have access to our repository with our TAF framework. Let me just share this link, and please check if you have access here. If it works for you, you can find everything under this harness and Claude folder. There are rules, skills, and settings we use. Another question. For test generation, the AI agent needs to use Playwright CLI to interact with actual websites, navigating pages, filling form, clicking around. But for internal apps behind the CSO with MFA, how does the agent? Okay. Here we to login in CodeMie, we can use not only SSO login, but we can use like login with username and password. But also I tested one way when in Claude instructions you have like steps, and that tells when you get to some MFA step where you should confirm something on your mobile, for example, device, right? You can ask Claude to pause on that step and notify user that you should confirmation from mobile to pass MFA. You are doing this on your mobile phone, and then Claude continue working because it's authorized. I tested such approach with accessing EPAM resources like Telescope, etc. Another question, can I use CodeMie Cloud in the same way I'm using the cloud? Actually, yes, because CodeMie, as I told, uses all these features that Claude has. So yeah, you are creating Claude files in your repository and you can use them. And meanwhile, let's see what happens with our tests. So Claude, again, expecting page object to fix 2 failed tests. Now he rerunning them, making changes, rerunning, and trying to fix. Sometimes he is able to automate everything from scratch and all tests passes, but sometimes it needs to do more investigations. As I told, it depends on his mood. Yeah. So now, as you can see, again, something failed, and he should fix something again. I don't see any more questions. Please, if you have some questions, please raise them so I can answer them in parallel. But yeah, I see some people got access to the repository and see code instructions, right? Something happens there. You can see that some test fails. Can Claude do the UI test and report the bugs, comparing the actual UI with design Figma bugs like elements? I have never tried this, but I believe, yes, why not? If you give him this MCP Playwright tool or MCP CLI tool and MCP to connected to Figma, why not? You can try. So some issues still happen with our tests. I can tell you about also one useful agent. We have here a code reviewer agent. This agent we trigger when everything is implemented, and we ask him to review all the changes. He will review, provide some feedback, and then if there are some issues, we can ask him to fix them. This skill configured so we have 2 types of code review. One code review is deep, and another one is like a fast review with haiku model. So when the skill is triggered, it usually asks what type of review he should do. User answers him, and he answered. Yeah. It's also reduce the number of times spent on code review by other members. Of course, we are doing cross review by like people, but in the end, the quality and of tests implemented, of backend UI implementation much better, and developers spend also less time for all these code reviews processes. Another skill, it's CodeMie MR skill. So the skill helps us to prepare merge requests. So when everything is implemented, the skill we can ask to prepare merge request, and Claude fastly can create a merge request and with all description, and yeah. Is it possible to use somehow the MCP Playwright to create Cypress tests? I have never tried this, but you can try and give me feedback. I believe it's possible. Why not? Actually, it doesn't matter what framework to use. It just navigates and to the page and retrieve page DOM, and then it can write tests using Playwright, using just Selenium, Cypress. I think it doesn't matter. As you can see, now Claude found the problem and fixed it, and now he is going to fix the second test. When all tests are fixed, he is going to run them one more time to check if they passed or not. Let's wait a bit. How Claude decided which should be API UI? Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, when we implement some feature in CodeMie, the most of features can be split between API and UI in different percentage, right? Some features can be tested mostly with API tests, some with some balance between API UI. In these cases, we just tell him to try to understand what can be covered with API tests, and then you can add some UI tests just to have a good balance. In this workshop, I just asked him to write UI tests because to show you how he can use this Playwright CLI and write UI tests only. But yeah, it depends on also your instructions. You can write these instructions directly in Claude MD or in rules, and when you pass URL to the feature, Claude will read these rules and understand and decide himself what to do better. Another question about testing pyramid. So how the testing pyramid looks like after incorporating AI assistance in automated test development. Is ratio between unit API and UI tests is balanced? Do you have challenges to keep the testing pyramid? Actually, also a good question. When I joined this project, we had an issue when we had reverse pyramid. We almost didn't have good unit tests, and developers didn't trust them at all. And we tried to fix this situation because a lot of new features were developed, and we decided first to implement good API tests to check everything works and all features works, and then they can do their refactoring and do not afraid that they can break something. And at this stage, we also added a rule to implement unit tests as well. So now when developers implement new features, they also added unit tests, and we have sonar rules for this. Yeah, now we are trying to adjust everything. Yeah, but at the beginning it was like mix. I see one more question about modern frontends use a lot of lazy loading infinity scroll. Since Playwright CLI snapshots only capture what currently in the DOM, how does it? It's difficult to answer because I haven't tried this. What I recommend, maybe let's try to use Playwright CLI to check if it works or not, because he can also run different JavaScript commands, etc., and scroll. So let's try and see, and if you have positive good results, please give me feedback about this. I will appreciate it. So I see he's still working, and some changes, additional change. Oh, it's already fixed, but here we again must wait until it's completed. Yeah, now all tests pass. The next step, I of course can apply a code reviewer skill and ask to review everything, but it also will take some time, and code reviewer may find some issues. Better, I can show you how to use this, for example, merge request skill and prepare. So when everything is implemented, our tests are in place, I can ask him just create merge request, and you will see that Claude will load required skill, prepare merge request, and I can share this merge request with our team, and they can take a look, approve, and we merge our new tests and we'll use them in our future pipelines. So creating a merge request won't take much time. This usually works fast. You can see that Claude switched to a new branch. Now he's going to create merge request. I see sometimes happens Ruff check issues, even when we have this setting. I'm going to investigate why it happens, but and in a few seconds you will give this link to merge request. Yeah. So merge request is created. You can navigate to see it. You can see that summary is accurate, some changes that were implemented accurate. You can take a look at the changes. They looks quite good. And if something like that we can adjust in future tests, we can review this merge request and modify our skills. So in future implementation, Claude will work much better, and all these issues that can be found by people in this merge request won't appear anymore. And yeah, when we implemented our test cases, we should close the session. We can click exit. As I told, we have hook when we close the session, it deletes all YAMLs created, and yeah, the next test automation you can start from scratch, and Claude will use CLI, investigate page DOM, and write new tests. I believe this is actually what I wanted to show you today. If you have questions, please write them. I don't
Raise
see.
your hand and I will unmute you. You can see a lot of appreciations and clapping for you, Anton. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I believe you like the session and you will try to use this approach in your projects. As I asked, if you try it and it will work for you, please give me your feedback. If you know how to improve, also please give me feedback, because yeah, we are learning on our mistakes. We are trying to adjust everything. Yeah, please share your thoughts, communicate me directly or using our FAQ assistant or our support team. But yeah, some personal feedbacks you can write me directly in Teams. And thank you for your attention. Yeah, I think this workshop is useful for you.
you so much. I just want to say that, guys, if any of you had done any cool stuff and you want to share, please reach out and we will think how we can share your experience with others in EPAM as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right, then. If you have any questions, please post them to the chat. Otherwise, it's been a lovely session, and I hope you have a nice rest of the day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.